Good morning, everyone. Oh, I'm so excited for a beautiful day. Can't wait to spend the day outside. I hope you guys can get outside some today, too. It's already looking like it's going to be gorgeous. I'm excited. All right. Today, we're going to continue on with what we started on Tuesday, and that was finding the area of triangles that do not have a 90 degree, so they're not right triangles. And on Tuesday, we looked at the formula we can use if we have a triangle that has a side, an angle, and a side. Obviously, we know though that that's not always the case. They don't always give you a side, an angle, and a side. So today we are going to look at a formula that will find the area of a triangle if we have all sides. So there's actually two pieces to this formula, and I would again recommend writing these down. So this formula is to find the area if we have all sides. Okay, so you can see I have a triangle here. It's not a right triangle. And the legs we call side A, side B, and side C. So that's all A, B, and C is as the side legs. All right, so like I said, there's two pieces to this formula. The first one is S. And to find S, you take half of the perimeter, essentially. So you take half of A plus B plus C. That's how you find S. Again, it's like half the perimeter. And then to find the area, we take the square root of S times S minus one of the sides times S minus another side times S minus the last side. And I'll show you what I mean with that. So again, I would definitely recommend writing these down. All right, so two examples today. And again, we are being tasked with finding the area of them. So we have side lengths of 12 meters, 16 meters, and 22 meters. All right, again, first thing we need to do is find half that perimeter, so the S value. So our S value, we have half times all of our sides added together. So I'm going to have 12 plus 16 plus 22. And I'm going to go ahead and calculate what that S value will be. By the way, if you have an actual calculator, I would highly recommend using an actual calculator for today's lesson. If you don't, and the cell phone's all you have, that's okay too. It's just a little more complicated. All right, so when I type this in, I have a half. Notice I'm putting the parentheses in my phone too. And then we have 12 plus 16 plus 22. And it looks like we got 25 for our S value. All right, next thing we do then is we're going to use that actual area formula. So the area, we have the square root, and then we have our S value, which we found to be 25. Then you times that by the S value minus one of the sides. And then you times that by an S value minus another side. And then lastly, you times that by your S value minus the last side. And I would probably recommend typing this into your calculator with me so that you know you're typing it in right, getting the correct answer. Because I'm using a cell phone, I'm going to type in everything except the square root first. So I'm not going to type in the square root right now. So I'm going to do 25 times 25 minus 12. And again, notice I'm using parentheses. Times 25 minus 16 times 25 minus 22. And I get 8,775. And now I'll take the square root of it all. So square root of 8,775. Let's round to 1 decimal place. So since this is bigger than 5, we need to round up. So this will have an area of 93.7 if we round to 1 decimal place. And remember, area is always measured in units squared. So in this case, it will be meters squared. All right, let's go ahead and do another one. So this triangle looks like we have side lengths 5, 11, and 12. So again, first thing we want to do is find our S value. So again, it's half the perimeter. So we'll have a half times all of our sides added together. So 5 plus 11 plus 12. Boop, boop, boo, doo, 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 doo. All right, and now when I type this in, I have a half, or 0.5. Okay. Times 5 plus 11 plus 12. And I get 14 for my S value. By the way, on your homework tonight, it will ask you for what the S value is. So this is what you'll type in when it asks for the S value. And then when it asks for the area, you'll do that whole other, whatever this answer will be, okay? All right. And now that we have our S value, we can use the other formula for our area. So we have the square root of S, and then S minus one of the sides, times S minus another side, times S minus the last side. And again, when I type this in, I'm not going to do the square root. So I'm going to have 14, times 14 minus 5, times 14 minus 11, times 14 minus 12. And it looks like we get 756. Remember, I haven't done anything with that square root, which is why I'm adding it in now. And now for my final answer, I'll take the square root of that. And it looks like, again, I'm going to have to round up. So this will become 27.5. And let's see, I didn't put a label on these. Let's say these are all in feet. So my label is always unit squared. So my label this time will be feet squared. All right. Again, I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Get outside, get some sunshine, maybe a sunburn. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Miss you all.